You checked your bank account this morning, didn't you? And that little number made your stomach drop a bit. Here's the strange part. It's probably not the number that's the problem. It's something quieter. My name doesn't matter. Call me Penny. I've spent 30 years writing other people's money into this little notebook, and I've learned one thing. Feeling broke and being broke are two completely different animals. Today, I'll show you why your money disappears without asking you first, why your brain lies about what you can afford, and the one boring habit that quietly fixes most of it. Stay with me. Let's start with a man I once kept books for. Good salary, new car, nice apartment. Every month, by the 24th, completely empty, he asked me, "Penny, where does it go?" I showed him, not the rent, not the car. It was 41 small payments he couldn't name, subscriptions, deliveries, apps, little taps of a card that each felt like nothing. Together, they ate a third of his salary. Here's the trick your brain plays. A big purchase triggers alarm bells. A small one doesn't trigger anything at all. So the small ones multiply in the dark, like mice behind a wall you never open. Scientists call it pain of paying. Cash hurts a little. Cards hurt less. A saved card inside an app hurts exactly zero. And when spending stops hurting, spending stops registering. You feel broke because you never felt the spending. So the first honest answer to where does my money go is simple. It goes where you don't look. Money behaves like a toddler. Silence doesn't mean it's fine. Silence means it's drawing on the walls. But invisible spending is only half the story. Because even people who track every cent still feel poor. And that second half lives not in your wallet. It lives in your window. Let me show you. In 1950, you compared yourself to your street, maybe 40 households. Today, your phone shows you the richest 1% of the planet before breakfast. Your brain wasn't built for that comparison. Nobody's is. Your salary could double tomorrow, and you'd still feel behind because the feed doubles faster. This is the treadmill. You run, the belt speeds up. The finish line is painted on the belt itself. Here's what nobody posts. The neighbor's new car might be a loan at 11%. The vacation might be a credit card still warm in a drawer. You compare your insides to other people's outsides. I once kept books for two brothers. One looked rich, one looked ordinary. The flashy one owed more than he owned. The quiet one owned the building they both lived in. Nobody clapped for the quiet one. So feeling broke is often just feeling behind, and feeling behind is a game with rules someone else wrote. The only winning move I've found in 30 years is embarrassingly simple. Change who you compare yourself to. Compare you to you 1 year ago. Did the debt shrink? Did the savings grow even a little? That's the whole scoreboard. A garden doesn't check the neighbor's garden. It just grows. Now I can hear you thinking, fine, Penny, but I genuinely don't earn enough. Sometimes that's true, but before you decide, we have to catch the 3 leaks that fool almost everyone. Grab your notebook. Leak 1, lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, and within 3 months, your spending grows to fit it exactly, like water filling whatever glass you pour it into. The raise vanishes without a funeral. Leak 2, the deserve trap. Hard week, so you deserve the takeout. Rough month, you deserve the trip. You do deserve rest. But the reward that costs money isn't rest. It's usually just noise. Leak 3 is the sneakiest. Small recurring payments. Alone, each one is a coffee. Together, they're a mortgage payment you make every month for things you forgot you have. Let's do the scary math. Say you carry 12 subscriptions averaging $9. That's $108 a month, $1,300 a year. Over a decade, invested instead, that little swarm could have been over $20,000. For apps you don't open. I'm not telling you to cancel joy. Keep what you love. I'm telling you to cancel what you forgot. There's a difference between spending on your life and leaking on your autopilot. Here's your first real assignment. Tonight, open your bank statement. Read every line from the last 30 days out loud. Yes, out loud. Your ears will catch what your eyes have learned to skip. When my client did this, he found a gym from 2 cities ago, insurance on a phone he'd sold, and 2 streaming services showing the same films. $94 a month paying rent inside his account. Money you don't assign a job will find its own job, and the job it finds is always leaving. That's not a character flaw. That's just what unwatched money does. Every account, everywhere. So we give every dollar a job the moment it arrives. Some call it budgeting. I call it payroll. You are the boss of a very small company, and the employees escape when the boss sleeps. The jars are simple: needs, wants, future. Roughly half to needs, a third to wants, the rest to future you. Don't worship the exact numbers. Worship the habit of deciding on purpose. And that future jar is where the entire game changes, because the money in there doesn't just sit, it breeds, slowly at first, then absurdly. That's chapter 4, the strangest math you'll ever love. Imagine a machine in your basement. You feed it one coin. It does nothing for a while. Then one morning, there are 2 coins. You didn't work for the second one. The machine did. That machine is compound growth, and it has one strange fuel: time. Not brilliance, not luck. A modest coin fed early beats a big coin fed late, almost every single time. Let me prove it. 2 friends. Anna starts at 25, saves $200 a month, stops completely at 35. Ben starts at 35, saves $200 a month for 30 whole years. Who retires with more? Almost everyone guesses Ben. Anna wins. Her 10 years of early coins had 30 extra years to breed. Ben's coins worked hard, Anna's coins had children, and her children had children. Time is the multiplier nobody can buy back. This is why feeling broke today can be a lie about tomorrow. A small automatic transfer, sent the day you're paid, is you hiring time itself as an employee. The wage is patience. The output is freedom. Automate it. And don't rely on discipline. Discipline is a battery. Automation is a wire. The transfer happens before your brain wakes up and invents a reason to skip it just this once. How much? Start insultingly small if you must. 2%. The amount matters less than the wiring. Once the wire exists, thickening it is easy. Building it from zero is the hard part. And here's a secret from 30 years of ledgers. Nobody misses the money that leaves first. You'll adjust in 2 months and forget the transfer exists. Future you will not forget. Future you keeps receipts. So no, you're not bad with money. You were running invisible leaks on a comparison treadmill with no machine in the basement. That's fixable. In fact, we just fixed most of it. 1 chapter left, the relapse. Every plan meets its enemy, and the enemy is a Tuesday. Nothing special. You're tired, slightly sad, and your phone knows it. The algorithm has read your mood better than your friends have. Sad shopping is real. The purchase gives you a lift for about the length of the delivery window. Then the item joins the pile, and the feeling comes back, now with a receipt attached. I won't tell you never to buy things. I'll give you a lock for the door instead. It's called the 72-hour rule. Anything unplanned waits 3 days in the cart. That's it. That's the rule. Here's what happens in those 3 days. The itch usually dies. Studies of returned goods and abandoned carts tell the same story. Most desire is a wave. Waves look enormous until they reach the shore. If after 3 days you still want it and future jar money isn't touched, buy it with a clear heart. That's not a relapse. That's a decision. The difference between the two is simply time. Next enemy. Emergencies. The car coughs, the tooth cracks, the fridge dies without a cushion, and every emergency lands on a credit card at 20-something%, and the interest becomes a second emergency. So before any fancy investing, we build a boring pillow. 1 month of expenses, then 3. It earns almost nothing, and that's fine. Its job isn't growth. Its job is standing between you and panic. A cushion changes your posture in every negotiation life throws at you. Bad job, you can leave. Bad deal, you can pass. Broke people can't say no, and everyone selling something knows it. Notice what we've built so far. Eyes on the leaks, a payroll for every dollar, a machine eating coins in the basement, a lock on impulse, a pillow against chaos. None of it required a raise. This is the part nobody monetizes, so nobody markets it. There's no course to sell you for reading your own statement out loud. The boring fundamentals are free, which is exactly why you never see ads for them. But Penny, you ask, when do I get to the exciting part? Stocks, crypto, the numbers going up. Soon, not today. Because an exciting portfolio on top of leaky foundations is a chandelier in a tent. Fix the tent, then hang whatever you like. Every wealthy client I ever kept books for, every single one, had boring foundations underneath the interesting stories. The stories were the roof, never the ground. Let's walk back through it, once, slowly. You feel broke for two reasons: money leaving in silence and a window showing you lives that aren't real. Both are fixable this week, not this decade, this week. Tonight, the statement, out loud, every line from 30 days. Circle what you forgot existed. Cancel the freeloaders before you sleep. Most people find between $40 and $100 a month. In one evening. Tomorrow, the wire. One automatic transfer, payday, straight to the future jar. Start small. 2% is not embarrassing, 0% is. The wire matters more than the width. This weekend, the pillow. Open a separate account, name it something unsexy, and start filling it. When the fridge dies someday, and it will, you'll feel the strangest thing. Calm. Calm is what rich actually feels like. And from now on, when the feed shows you someone's yacht, try my trick. Whisper, "That's nice," and check your own garden. One new leaf since last month? Then you are winning a game that's actually yours. Because here's the truth under all 20 minutes. Wealth was never the number in the account. Wealth is the gap between what you earn and what you need. Widen the gap. The number follows. The man from the beginning, a year after reading his statement out loud, his salary hadn't changed. Not by one coin, but his account stopped hitting zero on the 24th. It hit zero never. He told me it felt like getting a raise no one gave him. That's the sentence I want you to keep. The first raise you'll ever fully keep is the one you find, not the one you're given. If tonight you do only one thing, make it the statement, out loud. Yes, you'll feel silly. Feeling silly for 10 minutes beats feeling broke for 10 years. I've checked the math on that one. Next episode, we open the basement door properly. The quiet math that makes millionaires. Why time beats talent. Why average beats brilliant. And why the best investors I've known were almost aggressively boring. Until then, remember the whole episode in one line. Money doesn't leave loudly, it leaves quietly, and it returns quietly. Your only job is to be the kind of quiet it wants to return to. I'm Penny. I keep the books. Yours are waiting on the kitchen table, and honestly, they